What's up, guys? Josh here, 6-Up Tabletop. Wearing green, but not doing that Wanderers video. I've got a new army I'm thinking about doing. I know I still got the Waste Strider. Take care of that guy soon. New army. Pretty interesting for me. The Darkling Covens. Did what else? Been scrolling through the Journal's Handbook to see kind of what I liked, and to me, Darkling Covens seemed pretty cool. So I got the first unit painted. I got a bunch of stuff not made. I think super cool armor that makes a great use of endless spells, mortal wounds, spellcasters, wizards. I guess the modern way to play Age of Sigmar 2.0. Yeah, let's take a look. I got a new unit for you guys. Sorceress on the Black Dragon, all painted up. Let's hop in, take a look, and go over something to make the Darkling Covens a cool army, and that I thought would be the next army I'm going to do my topics on. Alright, appreciate you guys joining, and try to get new videos out every week or so. Alright, let's take a look. Alright, let's take a look. Sorceress on the Black Dragon. I don't have it based yet, because the base is still coming in the mail. But I'll get a good shot there, so I have to lighting is a little weird. Got that, a bunch of good stuff going on. It's the Sorceress, the Dragon. I think a pretty cool model. For the Sorceress, I did use the Dreadlord armor. I don't know. I was a bigger fan of that armor as opposed to just like the skin model. But Doomfire Warlocks to ally in. We got the regular guard, more guard. I got Sorceress back there, more guard, and then I got the Hargonath Executioners, or you can build them as Black Guard and Nagrand. This is the box for the Dragon. The Sorceress build on the back. That's the Dark Elf Dreadlord. Bunch of good stuff going on. Alright, so let's take a look at the Sorceress Black Dragon. I'll move that for you guys. Let's take a look at some of the stats. So the moves all pretty much dependent on the damage table. It does have flying, but if we're talking 0 to 3 wounds suffered, so for the first first level in the damage table, it's got a move of 14, which is good, 5 plus save. Not the best, but this does protect it from being too strong in the game, in my opinion. Bravery of 7, which doesn't really matter, it's a single unit. You have the option of taking a Witch Rod, Darkling Sword, Witch Lash. I'll put those on the screen. Take a look at the options. For me, I went with the Witch Rod. Right there. Witch Rod, for me, I felt like the damage was the best. It is only one attack with 4s to hit, 3s to wound, rend -1, but it does offer D3 damage potential, which I thought was great. Let's see, so the Dragon does have the claws, 2-inch range, and the attacks at the top profile is 6. 6 attacks with a 4 to hit, 3 to wound, rend -1, 2 damage each. So you got potential of 12 damage you could potentially deal with there, which is fantastic. Then you have the Black Dragon's Fearsome Jaws. I'm taking a look. 3-inch range. It's pretty cool to see a 3-inch range. 3 attacks, 4s to hit at top profile, 2s to wound, rend -2, and D6 damage. So if you do happen to land all of those, it's potential of up to 18 damage. So 20 damage potential just from the Dragon, plus your attacks as a Sorceress. It's pretty great. Let's see. Yeah, they can fly. The Dragon, Sorceress can choose the different weapons, which is pretty neat. All those are included in the box. They do have abilities. Let's take a look. Blood Sacrifice. In the hero phase, you may sacrifice a Darkling Coven model from your army within 3 inches. So usually you'll be sacrificing your chaff infantry, not the executioners, basic spear, sword, or the crossbow. sacrifice, and then you do slay that model, but you can add 2 to all casting rolls to the sorceress to the end of the hero phase, which is great because you're going to be casting spells, the Purple Sun, or any of her cool ability, which we'll go over, called Blade Wind, adding to the casting cost, adding 2 is super awesome. The dragon does have ranged attack on the shooting phase. It's a noxious gas. If you do, pick a target. It has to be visible to you. Roll 1 dice for each model in that unit that is within 6 inches of you, and then for each 6, that unit suffers a mortal wound. So this is great against basically mobs that'll be trying to close up on you, or it'd be good to, if you get a couple 6s against some Stormcast, some mortal wounds are always great addition to the damage. Magic can attempt to unbind 1 spell and cast 1 spell. And then the sorceress does have access to a spell called Blade Wind. Ethereal blades that cut their foes to ribbons. It goes off on a 6. If you sacrifice one of the guys, it goes off on a 2. If it's successfully cast, pick a unit within 18 inches and roll 6 dice. Compare them to the best hit characteristic of any melee weapons that it has, and then each time you roll lower than this number, the unit fails to parry the blade and suffers a mortal wound. So if we were playing against the Glade Guard, and I was in 18 inches, threw down the Blade Wind, since their best melee hit is a 5, anything less than a 5 on the 6 dice cast would be a mortal wound. So this is pretty good against units that are better at range and don't really have a great combat, or any light cavalry or shooting cavalry, anything that doesn't really have a good combat hit on their weapons. This would be great because then you can put some mortal wounds down with the spell. Good against mid-range, mid-size units, as mortal wounds are effective with models between 5 or 10 models in this unit. Those mortal wounds will really make a huge difference, or lower. So yeah, the blade one's awesome, really cool, especially if you do sacrifice a unit casting it on a 4. You pretty much shouldn't miss. So that's awesome. All right, so that's the sorceress on the black dragon. Got a lot of cool things coming with the Darkling Covens. Let's take a look here at some more stuff. I'll go over this in a different video. But they do have some pretty cool units and pretty cool traits, which allows their Dread Spears, Bleak Swords, and Dark Shards all to help buff each other when it comes to like model counts. You can kill a unit instead of taking a bad battle shock. You can have them shoot and charge, run and shoot or run and charge. Or you can reroll wounds during the combat, and they got a bunch of cool traits, as well as War Scroll Battalion. That's really useful. That allows you to fight charge in the hero phase. So once again, Josh, 6-up tabletop. Get one last shot at the dragon there. So that's kind of the next army I'm doing, Darkling Covens. Not that popular. The manager at the shop, the Games Workshop I was going to, he was like, yeah, it'd be super cool to see you do a unit like that. To me, I think that's awesome. Just to do an army I haven't seen too much, and I do play a lot of Warhammer Total War 2. So, this is basically like the Dark Elves, Nagaround, all these units in there. So it'll be super fun to paint, and I hope you guys stick around, and I'll be doing unit reviews of pretty much all the army. I mean, there's only 5 or 6 units in the actual army, and then I think this might be transfer into Daughters of Cain. I think that'd be a cool unit, a cool army to make next. So appreciate you guys sticking with, and you guys have a good night, or morning, or whatever it is. All right, take care.